Hey everybody, it's Paul from Alexander Knife Sharpening Laser Engraving. Just got some knives in that reminded me of something I want to share with you guys, and just as a reminder in general when it comes to knife polishing and making things look better. I just got these Shuns in, and if you look really close at them, you're going to see they got a bunch of little scratches on them. And on some sides even worse than others. Can you see here? Let's see if I can catch the light just right here. There you go. Can you? There you go. You can see all the scratch lines right there. There we go. There's a bunch in there. And each one of these that came is scratched up in the same spots. I'm not sure what it's from. If it's from just being in a drawer, if it's whatever. What caused it? Not really that important. But can we improve it? The answer is yes, very easily. This is one of those things that you want to use a fine buff on and really nothing else. I don't even go down to a medium buff. I just go with a fine buff and touch this up real quickly. And I'm going to show you what I do on the new buck tool variable speed. I will show you the products and things that I use on that when I'm doing things like trying to make a really mirrored knife, which, as you guys know if you follow me for any period of time, I'm not a big fan of really mirrored knives. And this is why, because they scratch up and they just don't look great. A lot of people buy mirrored knives, and we can take a lot of these scratches out pretty easily with the right gear. You need a buffer and you need a fine buff, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, now I can give you a little better look at it. In front of the camera seems to be picking up the scratches really well. You can see there's a whole bunch going all the way down here, and then we got a few going down here, and we're just gonna real quickly touch this up on the buffer, and I'm gonna show you what I do, what I use. Whenever I'm dealing with a mirrored knife, I'm very careful with it. I won't even go to my medium buff and a medium compound, because I have even seen that put scratches in a knife. We just want to re-mirror what we have here. So I'm going to use a white, very fine. This is my second to finest buff. I do have one that's finer than this, but this is a fine buff. It's an Airway buffing wheel buffer, which I like. They run very cool because they blow a lot of air around. And my favorite compound for using on these is this purple compound from Renegade. I absolutely love this purple stuff. It puts a beautiful mirror polish on things, but it's also great for deburring. So this is what I use on a lot of my leather when I'm deburring things. I'm not a big fan, you guys know, of the greasy ones. All right, so for mirroring, you definitely need to be running at a pretty high speed. So usually 2,000 RPMs are higher, and you're going to want to move fairly quickly, and you also want to make sure you're doing all the appropriate safety things when you're dealing with polishing a knife. And I'm just going to stop this for 1 second, and let's talk about that safety stuff. You only want to be buffing from right about here down, okay? Never up top here, never anywhere else. Your safe zone is like right here in the middle and all the way down. This is where you want to be working, okay? You don't want to be up here. You could grab a knife and have it throw at you, and you can grab a knife even when you're working down here. I've had buffs do it. So you want to be holding it very securely in your hand, and you want to be very, very smart when you're working with a high-speed buffer. And you're going to see me do some things, I will have no problem turning around with the edge up. Now, I've been using a buffer for a really long time, but be very careful anytime you're doing anything where your edge, any edge could catch, whether it's sharpened or whether it's not sharpened. If you catch that, it's going to want to throw it out of your hands, all right? So just know that going in. All right, but I want you to see these scratch marks, and I'll show you there you go. You can see them really well. And I'll show you how beautifully they come out, and it doesn't take a ton of time. So we are going to load up our buffer. We don't need to put a ton of stuff on there. A couple touches, right? And my biggest area of problem on this is up here, but there is some marks all the way down here too. So I want to make sure I'm going to hit the whole knife, all right? And I'm going to keep moving, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in that safe zone. I also do not wear gloves when I buff. I want to feel any heat build up, and this is how I do it. I wouldn't want to risk anything getting caught in there. You can go both directions as well, especially when you're mirroring something. Going both directions will help you mirror a knife out. Generally, I always try and do my cleanup work and polishing first, because I want to not risk dulling the knife any after I've sharpened it. So it's smart to polish first, then sharpen. Okay, let me show you. We haven't even cleaned it yet, but take a look. You see we have a lot less scratches. Now it's really mirroring up nicely. Sometimes you'll need to just apply a little bit more compound. There was one spot on this side where there's some deep scratches going down. Yeah, and they're almost gone. You can see here, I'm holding really strong too. I got two hands grip. I'm actually holding my one hand with my other hand, and I'm really holding this strong. I don't want to lose a knife or have it fling anywhere. Okay, we're good. And now I'm just going to clean it up with some spray cleaner. We've taken out almost every one of those really blatant scratches and lines that we didn't want in there. This knife's looking practically new. And here's another one that we already did. I got one left to do. I just got one little small paring knife here to do to take some scratches out. But I just wanted to show you that. And that's all you got to do. These Airway buffing wheels are fantastic. I really like them. I like them a little bit more than just a regular buffing wheel. The purple compound, I use that on more than one thing. I use it for polishing, for mirror finishes, but I also use it when I strop. So you'll see over here, and I just broke my bar in half because that bar is big enough, it'll last me a lifetime. I just have a chunk over here that I use when I put on this leather strop. So lots of uses for the purple compound. Okay, here's another one for you. I have a Wüsthof Classic here. You can see it's got a bunch of junk like just stuck on here. I'm not sure if it's hard water spots. And we can see it's oxidized. Let's say you don't want to bother with the jewelry buffers. That's not your thing. You just want to do a quick cleanup. Another way that you can easily do a quick cleanup is with just a regular full-size buffer. And I'm going to show you here on the buck tool. We will clean this Wüsthof up here really quickly. Black compound from Maverick. Now this is more of a coarse wheel on here, and then we will still use the fine wheel with our purple compound. And I'm just going to get in here and hit this whole thing. Something weird stuck on this down in there, right in the crease. Looks like we got it. Remember what I told you, firm grip, and make sure you're working from that, like right from your navel down to about 6 o'clock. That way if anything was to grab, it's going to throw it away from you. And do your cleanup and polishing first. Be careful anytime you're going edge up. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, just don't do it. Like I said, I've been buffing a long time, a lot of years. But I pay very close attention when I'm buffing. Now I'm going to touch the spine. And now the dirty part of the cleanup's done. Now I'm going to jump over to my other buff. Doesn't hurt to give it a wipe off. That way you're not mixing your two different compounds on your buff. So I'm just wiping that black compound off of here. And you can see we look a lot better. We're not quite done yet. Little purple. All right, let's do the finish polish here. Now I'm just going to spray it off and clean it real quick. I like to use a product called LA's Awesome. I've mentioned this many times. When it comes to cleaning off compound, it's my favorite product. So this is the LA's Awesome. And then I also still use a regular cleaner afterwards. This is just Lysol surface cleaner mixed with distilled water. It gives me 0 smudge marks. LA's Awesome can leave a little smudging. It doesn't give you as beautiful a finish, but what it does do is it takes off greasy compounds like nobody's business. It really does an amazing job of getting that off. See the black stuff there? Most of it came off when I was buffing, but that's just the grease from the compound. There you go. You guys can probably see that. I mean, that looks fantastic. And if I want it to look even better, then I'll just hit it with a little Lysol surface cleaner. Some people use isopropyl alcohol too. That's fine. I have that too. And there's times, sometimes it's whatever's closest that I grab. But there we go. And look at the shine and the finish just restored to this knife. It just looks fantastic. And that's the kind of cleanup you can do if you don't want to get into, going as far as like the jewelry buffers like I use. Even just one regular buffer can do a really nice cleanup for you in your sharpening process if you just want to do a little bit. And that's all there is to it. I'll leave links in the description to the Buck Tool Variable Speed Buffer, where you can get the Airway buffing wheels, where you can get the purple compound, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day, everybody.